there. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to mess around, or tonight I should say, it is evening. But tonight I wanted to mess around with color a little bit and just watching how the paints interact with one another. In one of my last videos, I showed a kit of watercolor cakes that were from Michaels and said that I actually use those. What I really meant to say was that I actually use those for my classes, for beginners. I actually use different watercolors that I have found on Amazon, but I got for Christmas these really wonderful paint stones from Beam Paints, and I love them so much. So I'm going to play around with those tonight. And kind of show you what some of the things do. They have translucent watercolors, they have opaque watercolors, and they have metallic watercolors. So I thought it might be fun to just mess around with some shapes and with some colors and different types of colors and see what happens with them, because they do some interesting things with one another. So we'll just start with, let's just start with a red. We're just going to start, and I'm just going to do some different shapes. Let's go to kind of a magenta. See what happens, let those kind of blend together. Let's then go to a yellow just for fun and watch what happens here. The magic is kind of really what happens between the two colors. It's kind of my favorite thing if you want to know the truth. I also love this kind of chartreuse yellow. It's just super pretty. Kind of looks like a grasshopper to me. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to overlap those a little more. There's also this really wonderful blue-green right here. I'm going to do that one as well. Look what happens. Oh my gosh, that does great things with that yellow. And then let's go here to a blue for fun and watch what happens with it. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's go to a purple. I think that's too opaque. We're not going to do that one. Let's go down here to a different purple. Go down here. It's really dark. I got a lot of color on my brush. You always want to prime your paints before you start, which means you just get them a little bit wet so that they can be ready to go and softened up so you can get a lot of color on your brush. I'm going to go to this color, I think. Let's try this one. This is another purple. It tends to have a little bit more red in it. They are very, very intense in their color. Let's see what, I think this one is a good one. Let's try this one. Now that has a little bit of metallic in it, so we're just going to take off from there and do some metallic colors. So that is this really beautiful sea blue. Let's go here to this green that's got a metallic finish to it. And they really do crazy things with each other. The metallics tend to make them go a little bit wild. That's fun. Let's do a gold metallic here. See what happens with that. I love how the sheen in the metallic dances. It's just magical. Really love them a lot. This one has a little bit more, has a little bit of orange in it. It's just a little bit warmer of a gold. Then there's one down here that's even more. It's got quite a bit of orange in it. So we'll watch those two mix. Then let's go to this pink. This is pretty wonderful as well. And the metallics are not shy about sharing their color from piece to piece. Let's try this really beautiful blue. This is amazing. This is super pretty as well. And then I think I have a couple more. This is a really pretty orange. Let's see what happens when we mix that with the blue. Really beautiful copper. So that's super fun. Let's go to the opaques. They have some really interesting opaque finishes. They're almost like a gouache, but they're not quite. So they tend to, now that one's pretty translucent, but let's go to this yellow right here, and you'll see how opaque it is. It does not have a lot of translucence to it. It has a milky quality to it. And then we have this green. Super pretty. Let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to this blue. I love this baby blue color. Isn't that pretty? And it's really pretty with that gold. There's another blue over here, a little more of a periwinkle. Aren't these colors beautiful? I just love them so much. So grateful to have gotten them. Santa Claus was very good to me this year. It's a really pretty lilac-y purple. Let's see if this, oh, and there's a pink right here. Let's try this one out. I'm gonna let him get going a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty pale, but boy, it's pretty. And I do see kind of a warm taupey gray. I want to try this one. I haven't tried it yet. I'm just kind of trying these colors out as I use them. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It's really soft. Pretty color. Let's see if I got one more. Let's try maybe this last purple. Yeah, it's got kind of that opaque quality to it as well. Got some white mixed in it. So I encourage you to, no matter what paint set you have, try mixing your colors up and doing some different things like this. It'll help you understand what happens with watercolor and how they blend together. I mean, this coloration here, I'm gonna lift this up so you can see it a little closer, but this coloration in here is just beautiful. They're all really pretty where they mix to one another. So that's pretty fun. So I encourage you to play and let me know if you have any questions, and practice and send me pictures of what you make. I would love to see it. Thanks. Have a good evening.